Who is Venus and Leo compatible with? Many people know their sun sign but have been told that romantic compatibility in astrology is more complex than sun signs. Another important piece of information contained in your astrological chart is your Venus sign, because Venus rules your values and your approach to love. If the planet Venus was located in the sign of Leo on the day of your birth, then who are you compatible with? If you have Venus in Leo, your best compatibility matches are partners who have Venus in Gemini or Venus in Libra. Looking at the characteristics of the sign of Leo reveals additional possibilities. Let's talk about the Leo basics. Remember that each zodiac sign is associated with a season, a mode, is it in the beginning, middle, or end of a season, and an element. Each zodiac sign is also ruled by at least one planet or luminary. The season of Leo is also summer, with a fixed mode, which is the middle sign in its season. Leo is a fire element, and being ruled by the sun. Since we are done with the Leo basics, let's now talk about the Venus basics. Venus stays within two signs of the sun in terms of relative position to Earth. That means people who have Venus in Leo can have the sun in only the following signs: Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, or Libra. We are now going to discuss the best matches, and the first best match is Venus in Leo with partners Venus in Gemini or Libra. Gemini and Libra are the air signs closest to fire sign Leo. The four elements, fire, earth, air, and water, typically break down into two groups of two, fire and air, and earth and water. Older astrology texts often refer to fire and air signs as masculine and water and earth signs as feminine. In today's world where people of all genders are able to express a broader variety of roles and traits, perhaps a better way to understand the difference between the two groups of signs is to look at their focus. Water and earth signs tend to be interested in security and in maintaining the structure that exists. This can include the domestic stay-at-home parent, but it can also include the sort of person who looks for a job that is stable and guaranteed. No matter what happens in the world, industries like education, healthcare, food, and banking aren't going anywhere. Those lines of work are therefore full of earth and water sign people of all genders. Fire and air signs are interested in innovating and exploring. Even if they are found in stable industries, they find the wilder parts of those industries. While an earth or water sign person might be happy with a financial job that involves managing conservative investments for retired people, a fire or air sign person might get curious about the riskier side of the financial industry like options trading. Similarly, the fire or air sign worker in the healthcare industry might gravitate toward experimental therapies. As in the theory underlying Chinese medicine, there's yang within the yin. The theory of yin and yang, as described by the traditional Chinese Medicine World Foundation, works well for understanding the difference between the fire and air signs and the earth and water signs. Yang is the outwardly focused energy of fire and air signs, and yin is the inwardly focused energy of earth and water signs. Fire and air, though similar in their innovative focus, are different enough that they don't become bored together. As in nature, air fuels fire. The intellectual Venus in Gemini or Libra comes up with ideas that the more action-oriented Venus in Leo then helps them carry out. Venus in Gemini tends to be cheerful and upbeat, and Venus in Leo's joy in life reinforces this. Venus in Libra is more of a perfectionist who can get depressed when the world doesn't live up to their lofty ideals, so Venus in Leo would tend to cheer up Venus in Libra. Venus in Leo stabilizes the extremes of both Venus in Gemini and Venus in Libra. Venus in Gemini tends to flit from idea to idea without committing to anything. Venus in Leo, wanting something to actually happen, would push Venus in Gemini to pick one idea to move forward on. Venus in Libra tends to have one idea instead of many ideas like Venus in Gemini, but Venus in Libra's one idea is usually such a fantastical goal that they don't know how to start achieving it. Venus in Leo could remind Venus in Libra that it is okay to enjoy just being human. Coming down to earth might then help Venus in Libra see the next steps, and then Venus in Leo would be happy to collaborate going forward. What does Venus in Leo get out of helping Venus in Libra or Venus in Gemini actually get things done? Well, Venus in Libra and Venus in Gemini admire Venus in Leo's efforts, and Venus in Leo loves to be admired. As noted, Venus can be no more than 2 signs away from the Sun in either direction in an astrological chart. Both Venus in Gemini and Venus in Libra could have the Sun in Leo, and Venus in Leo could have the Sun in Gemini or Libra. A Sun sign match of this sort could make the Venus sign compatibility even more exciting. Before we proceed to the following best matches, please hit the like button. The second best match is Venus in Leo with partners Venus in fire signs. The 3 fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, all like action. The astrological year begins when the Sun goes into Aries in late March, so starting a new year is the ultimate kind of action. Venus in Aries can therefore be impulsive. For Venus in Leo, the impulsiveness of a Venus in Aries partner could at times be jarring. Venus in Leo prefers that activity happen at a somewhat slower pace than Venus in Aries does, but ultimately Venus in Leo prefers the excesses of Venus in Aries over the excesses of a partner with Venus in Earth or water signs who never wants to do anything exciting at all. Venus in Leo could perhaps over time convince Venus in Aries to slow down a little and develop some of their brainstorms further. 2 Venus in Leo people together would be a lot of fun. They would both be really creative and able to get in touch with their inner child well into adulthood. They would know how to be grown up when they needed to be, but if they got to the point of getting married and having kids, their kids would have the best playroom and the best birthday parties. The hard part about 2 Venus in Leo people together would be that they both need to be in charge of something, and they both need to be admired. This could work if they had a good division of labor, like one being in charge of decorating the house and the other being in charge of decorating the yard. Venus in Sagittarius is athletic, more so than Venus in Leo might be independently, but Venus in Leo is caught up in the enthusiastic attitude of Venus in Sagittarius enough to try to keep up. These 2 could throw great parties together. Venus in Sagittarius can be more polished than Venus in Leo, but Venus in Leo's genuine joy makes up for Venus in Leo's roughness. We have reached the third and the last best match, and that is Venus in Leo with partners Venus in other fixed signs. All 4 of the fixed signs mark the middle of their seasons, when the weather of the season is at its most striking. For Northern Hemisphere seasons, Leo is the hottest part of the summer, and Aquarius is the coldest part of the winter. Taurus has the brightest spring flowers, and Scorpio has the brightest fall leaves. Venus in Leo and Venus in Aquarius are capable of seeing and appreciating creativity in each other. However, Venus in Aquarius tends to be coolly intellectual and therefore repelled by Venus in Leo's more dramatic moments. Venus in Scorpio could keep up with Venus in Leo on the drama front, and on the loyalty front too. This could be an exhaustingly intense relationship, but both Venus in Scorpio and Venus in Leo may find it rewarding to have a partner who can go to extremes with them. Venus in Taurus, like Venus in Leo and Venus in Scorpio, is high on loyalty, but Venus in Taurus is less interested in drama. Venus in Taurus, however, could bring out the less dramatic side in Venus in Leo that can just relax and enjoy a good time. Since we are done with the best matches, let's talk about the rest of the signs. The signs that have not been covered yet are Cancer, Virgo, Capricorn, and Pisces. Cancer and Pisces are water signs, and Virgo and Capricorn are earth signs. Cancer and Virgo are the signs on either side of Leo. As noted previously, Venus can be no more than 2 signs apart from the Sun. There are therefore many Venus and Leo people with the Sun in Cancer or Virgo. There are also many people with Venus in Cancer or Virgo who have the Sun in Leo. If at least one of these situations applies to a couple where one has Venus in Leo and the other has Venus in Cancer or Virgo, incompatibility is not a huge concern. The hardest matches for Venus in Leo are Venus in Capricorn and Venus in Pisces. Venus in Capricorn is serious and would be repelled by Venus in Leo's flashy style. Venus in Pisces shares a sense of romanticism with Venus in Leo, but would ultimately find Venus in Leo too boisterous. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.